For the last 9 years, the shape has been a decent but pretty boring killer, whose power was a simple M1 insta-down, because of what his gameplay was quite slow and repetitive. But with a 9.2.0 update, besides the new killer Crassu, Michael got a huge rework, which appeared very controversial for lots of players. Let's try to find out if the shape is really weak right now, or he actually got stronger. The main changes were made to the shape's tiers, and now, instead of tiers, there are 3 modes. Stalker mode is very similar to an old tier 1, which allows you to stalk survivors. Anytime you can switch between Stalker mode and Pursuer mode, which is kinda old tier 2, but with several buffs such as built-in brutal, enduring, and increased launch range and vault speed. All these makes Pursuer mode a very good weapon against uninjured survivors. Once stock meter is full, you can activate Evil Incarnate mode, which is a new tier 3 and it lasts 40 seconds base kit. In this mode, your vault speed is even higher and you can use Slaughtering Strike ability, which is a dash that can instantly down survivors. At first sight, this buff is actually good, but in fact, Slaughtering Strike feels very clunky compared to the Pig's ambush attack. It's much harder to control turning, and for some reason they made the turning angle limited. It means that on certain loops and in certain situations it is impossible to down a survivor, because you cannot turn hard enough. For now, there are many survivors who don't know about it, but in the future, lots of players will realize which loops are safe against Myers and will fully counter his main ability. I think that this ability should not have a turn limit, because in this state it is much harder to use it than a Pig's ambush attack, which can be used anytime and doesn't require time spent on staring at survivors. The second very huge problem is an animation which pops up when you activate an Evil Incarnate mode. Maybe the developers tried to nerf tier 3 99ing, but it is already not a thing in this update, since you need to spend time charging Slaughter Strike ability. So after popping the Evil Incarnate mode, you literally cannot do anything and move very slow for 2 seconds, which allows survivors to rotate to a safe tile. This thing is completely unhealthy and very annoying for the killer, since you cannot punish the survivors who came too close to you. Also, I mentioned previously, Evil Incarnate mode lasts only 40 seconds, which is less than all tier 3, which makes it much harder to down more than one survivor during one usage of this power. And the last but not the least, the developers decided to nerf stacking range back to its previous state, 32 meters instead of 40. It might seem not a big deal, but keep in mind that there are add-ons that decrease stock range even more, which makes stalking much harder, since you move with a 4.2 or at maximum 4.4 speed. And as a Myers main, I can clearly say that all this makes new Myers much weaker than his previous state. Myers has always lacked some speed, since he's just an M1 killer while he's not in Evil Incarnate mode, and those buffs to a Pursuer mode can really improve his ability to control the map overall. For example, you can quickly break a pallet with a Pursuer mode while stalking a survivor, or you can use an extended lunge to get an additional hit. So in my opinion, to make Myers perfect, the developers have to make Slaughtering Strike ability less clunky, remove the turn limit, get rid of or change the animation when popping the Evil Incarnate ability, and increase the stock range. These things will make him stronger and enjoyable to play. Overall, I don't really like the dash rework, but I do understand that it's hard to come up with something that fits the nature and vibes of Michael Myers. My opinion on this killer is formed on the dozens of games played after the rework on my Twitch streams, so if you want to discuss something related to the changes, feel free to join. Thanks to everyone for watching this video. I'm going to create more content related to a new Myers. If you have some cool ideas, you can leave them in the comments. Have a great day, see you in the next videos.